this working? Oh, okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Kate, and thank you for being here today on Get Your Play On Live. Today is the Wednesday 4 p.m. creative time. We're a little late. We had some technical difficulties, but we are good now. So today our project is making our own stories. So all we're going to need today is some blank sheets of paper, some pencils or pens, whatever you like, and something to color with. So you can use markers, you can use colored pencils, crayons, whatever you want to use. Or if you don't want to use colors, that is up to you. You can pick. And then we're also going to need some ribbon or thread or yarn, whatever you want to use. We can talk about that later though. But to start, we are going to be reading a book to get our creative wheels flowing in our mind. So this book is called Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. And the reason we are reading this today is because it is about two kids who have to create a story. So let's get this book started. Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. And while we're reading this, you guys can check out the pictures and the words and get some ideas for your own storybook. Okay. For our library project, we were supposed to tell you our favorite fairy tale, but we couldn't agree on which story was best, so we made one up. I'll begin the story. My beginning was better, but okay. Our story was called Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time, in a castle on a hill, there lived a beautiful princess named Princess Tenderheart. Every day, Princess Tenderheart would play with her 8 beautiful ponies. She named them Jasmine, Nimble, Sophie, and Polly, and Penny, and Sunny, and Monica. Her favorite of all was called Buttercup. Please don't call him Buttercup, call him Ralph or something. One night, a terrible thing happened. A giant came and stole away poor little Jasmine. All the other ponies cried and cried, but Princess Tenderheart cried the hardest of all. It was very sad. The next night, the giant came and took Nimble and Sophie. Princess Tenderheart cried all day and refused to eat. Oh, please, princess, get a grip. Her father, the king, hired all the princes he could find to protect the ponies, but night after night, another pony was stolen away. The poor princess just sat in her room and turned straw into gold thread. She cried and cried and cried. When only Buttercup was left, Princess Tenderheart thought her heart would break. Oh, who would save poor Buttercup? That's it. I can't take it anymore. I'll tell the story from here. Dudes. One day, this really cool muscle dude rides up to the castle on his motorcycle. He says he'll guard the last pony if the king gives him all the gold thread that the princess makes. The king says okay, and the dude sits and waits for the giant, as if he's not even cute. So that night, the giant heads up to the castle. Man, this giant was ugly, dude. He was big and mean, and he had all 4 teeth in his mouth. They were all gross and rotten and yellow and black. And his breath smelled like rotten, stinky, moldy, wet feet. That's just gross. He needs 8 ponies to make a tasty pony stew, and he only has 7. So that night, he goes to steal the last horsey. The muscle dude has this really big sword, and the giant and the dude battled all over the place. The earth was shaking, and there was lightning and thunder, and volcanoes were exploding. It was huge. Volcanoes? Where'd the volcanoes come from? Night after night, the giant comes back, but the dude beats him. Night after night, the princess makes gold thread and gives it to the dude. He gets really rich. The end. That's it. The princess just sits around making gold thread? Yep. I don't think so. I'll tell you what happened, Bubba. Princess Tenderheart goes to the gym and pumps iron. She becomes Princess Warrior. Super cool. She tells the dude to make his own thread. So that night, the princess has this huge, tremendous battle. The giant runs back to his cave. The end. And the dude just sits making gold thread. Nuh-uh. See, this is what really happened. The dude makes this really cool blanket out of the gold thread. When he puts it over his head, he turns invisible and then goes to rescue the ponies. You can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see us. The princess goes with him. Fine. The dude goes, and the princess gets into a big fight over who can free the ponies. The giant hears the voices and gets so scared he jumps off the cliff. Cool, cool. So the princess and the prince fall in love. Who said he was a prince? And what's this stuff about love? They get married on a beautiful spring day and have a baby. It was the most beautiful baby girl. Nuh-uh. It was a boy. It was a girl. The end. So that book was called Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. And those two kids had to create a story just like we are about to. So again, all you need is some paper, some markers, and some ribbon or thread. So we're going to start with our paper. Now, what we want to do first with our paper is we're going to make the outside of our book. So this part right here, the outside. And we need to take our paper and we're going to fold it hamburger style. If you don't know what that means, I'm sorry, hot dog style. If you don't know what that means, it means you're going to take the top part and the bottom part and put them together like this. And you want to fold it, and then I'll show you how it looks after. You're going to fold it just like that. You can open and close. If you want to make yours this way, you can too, whatever you want to do. So where I am going to make mine like this. So again, I just took my paper and I folded it. Now we're going to take another piece of paper and do the same thing. Fold it the same way that you just folded it. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it right here. Now I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. So we have our first folded piece of paper like this, and we are going to open it up like this. So all you gotta do is open up your paper. Now you're gonna take your second folded piece and keep it folded. So looks like this, but we're gonna keep it folded, and we're gonna put this piece inside this piece. So the folded papers meet, just like this. Now what this does is it makes it kind of look like a book. So when you open it, you have the first and the second page, and then the third and the fourth. So I'm going to do that one more time so we can all make sure we're on the same page. So we're going to have our first piece of paper, and we're going to take our second piece. We're going to open the first just like this, and we're going to put it inside. Good job. Okay. Now that we do that, I'm going to add one more piece of paper just so our book can be a little bit longer. So we're going to take our piece of paper and again do the same thing that you know how to do, and you're just going to fold it just like that. Perfect. Now we're going to open up both pieces, so the first piece and the second piece, so they're like this, and you're going to slide in the third piece. You know how to do this, we just did it, so slide it right in. Perfect. Now I'll show you. This looks just like a book. So we have the first page and the second page, and then the third page. But you see, the book's kind of sliding around. So to fix that, we have to hold it together, just like in our Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. If we hold the book like this, no pages would fall out because they're all in here. So we're gonna make our very own, it's called binding. So I'm gonna take this ribbon. You can take yarn or string, or if you want to use tape, you can use tape too. Whatever you have, you can use it. I'm going to take this middle color right here, and I'm going to pull it out. And it's going to kind of curl, but you can just hold it, hold it, hold it. And you want to make sure you have enough string so you can make sure you can close the book. So I'm going to do about, here, let's see, like this long. So once you have it, make sure you ask mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or your babysitter to help you cut, but you are going to cut the thread like this. So then you just have a long piece of string. Good. Okay. Now, once you've done that, it's pretty easy. We are going to open up our book right to the middle, so right where all the pages meet. So like we can hold it like this. Good. And we're going to take our thread. I'm going to tilt you back down so you can see. You're going to take your thread and you're going to put it right in the middle, right where the page folds, like that. Good. Again, just right in the middle. And then once you are done, you can flip it over. So if you wanted to do this, you could hold it like it's hanging. But we're going to put it down for now. And once you are done, you have your two threads on the side. Looks like the paper's the thread's blanket. You're going to take this and you are going to tie it in a bow or a knot or however you want to tie it. Or if you're using tape, make sure you tape it down really tight. But I am going to do a bow for my story today. Oop. There we go. Tie it. Perfect. So now, just like we have the binding right here, our own story has its own stuff that keeps it safe, and it has this fun little bow on the side. So we have our first page, and then our second page, and our third page, and the third page will have the ribbon right in the middle. And then our fourth, and our fifth, and then it's all over. So this is a book that you can give to someone or that you can read at bedtime instead of another book. It can be your own book. So today I am going to make a joke book because I love telling jokes. But if you want to be like the kids in Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude, you can make up your own fairy tale, your own story. You can be the main character, whatever you want. So the first page, or the cover page in Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude, has both the characters on it and the title. So I think that I want to make my book called Have a Laugh. So I'm going to write that in big letters on the page, so everyone knows when they pick up the book what it's called. And you can write your title too. I'm going to make mine in all capital letters. You can put yours in all lowercase or however you want to do it because it is your story. So you see it says, Have a Laugh. And this story doesn't have the author's name on the front cover. It has it on the back. So if you want to do that, you can put your name on the back so everyone knows you wrote it. But on other books, this book is called Put Me in the Zoo. If you have not read it, it is so funny. But I'm going to show you this book because the author's name is on the bottom. So I think I want to do my book like Put Me in the Zoo, and I want to write my name at the bottom. So I'm going to write by Kate. So it looks like this. I have my name at the bottom. Again, you can put yours on the back or on the inside, wherever you want to put it. Sometimes the string will get in the way, so you can just tuck it behind so you don't have to keep flipping it. Good. So now we are in the first page. So usually, like Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude, when you open the first page, it's the title again. It's a reminder about what the book is called. And you can add a picture if you want. So I'm going to write it again. It's going to say, Have a Laugh. And again, you can do whatever font you want. And if you don't know what font means, it's like what the letters look like. So this font is different than this font. You see, because the letters look different. But I'm just going to keep mine the same. So I'm going to say, Have a Laugh by Kate. Good. So they kind of look similar. And I'm going to go back and color them later. So for the first page, if you are doing a joke book, you can tell your first joke. Or if you're doing a story, you can introduce the characters just like they did in Once Upon a Cool Motorcycle Dude. It is your book, so you can do it however you want. Another thing to talk about is where you want to put the picture and where you want to put your words. So I think today I want to put my words on one page and my picture on the other. So like my picture on this page and my words on this page. This will be pretty easy. So open my book. And guys, remember, if you want to add color, or if you don't want to add color, if you just want it to be a black and white book, that is a-okay, because this is your story. So my first joke, it's pretty funny. What kind of tree fits in your hand? Let me know if you think you know what it is. You can comment it. It's called a palm tree because it fits in the palm of your hand. So that's going to be my first joke in my book. And I want to write this in, I think I'm going to use, since we're talking about trees, green. So I'm going to write, what So I wrote this at the top. See? And then I'm going to put the answer to the joke in the bottom. A palm tree. And then on my other side, I'm going to add my picture. So I have my words and I'm going to add my picture. So I think today this picture is going to be of a tree in a hand. I'm gonna move my, there we go. Okay. So here's my tree. I'm gonna have a hand holding it. I'm gonna use a different color for the hand. Usually hands aren't green, right? And I'm gonna have my hand right here. There we go. So you can see I have my tree and I have my hand holding my tree. Perfect. And see how this doesn't slip because it's being held in by our binding? Good. Now, if you're doing a story, let's say you want words and pictures. You can put your words at the top and your picture at the bottom, or words at the top and the bottom and your picture in the middle, or you can do what I'm doing and split it up. Now, my next joke is, what do you call a dinosaur that snores? A dinosaur. So for this one, I think I'm going to use one of my fun glitter markers. These are so cool. I'll show you what they look like when I write. So this, you can start, if you're still designing your first page, keep doing it. If you're on your third page, keep doing it. Or if you're right with me, we are on our second page now. But again, you do not have to stay right with me. You are allowed to create your book at whatever speed you want to create it. So I'm going to say, what? Shake, shake, shake. There we go. Now this is super, I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is, but it is super duper sparkly. So for my picture of my dino snore, I am going to make my dino snore blue. Okay, he's going to be sleeping on a bed. Whoop. Okay, here is my sleeping dinosaur. Very tired. Now, for my last joke, I have what is fast, loud, and crunchy. A rocket chip. Not a rocket ship, a rocket chip, like a potato chip. So I'm going to write this in my blue sparkly pen because I love it. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to draw a sparkly potato chip on a rocket. So here's my potato chip. Color him in, make him really sparkly. And then for my rocket ship, I think I have to use gray. Rocket ships are gray, right? If I'm wrong, you can comment and tell me what color rocket ships are. Okay. Rocket ship. My rocket ship is going to be launching into the sky, so I'm going to put fire underneath it with my red and orange marker. Now I need my red. And there is my rocket ship launching into the sky with a chip on it. Now, on the back, I'm going to write the end, so everyone knows that it's the end of the book. And for my last page, I can decorate it. So I think I'm going to put pink hearts all around my the end. Just like this. It says the end. Now you have your very own book. So, like I said, you can read this at story time or before you go to bed. If you want to read your own book, you can read it to your siblings or your parents and your friends. This is a very fun way to get to make your own book, and it's super duper easy. So if you want to tag us, Get Your Play Online, and you reading your very own book that you made, we would love to see all that you make. Again, all you need is your paper and your ribbon and your markers. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Again, make sure you tag us in the books that you made. We are so happy to have you here. Happy Wednesday. See you guys later for story time.